lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit, and today I have an update for Pan those eyeshadows. So I will have everything down below. If you're not aware of how I work my project, go watch the intro for this year because I did tweak it ever so slightly from the last couple of years and I've really been enjoying this so far. With that being said, little spoiler, the only thing I will be rolling out this month is my single shade once again. That is something that gets rolled out each and every month. Usage, no usage, pan, no pan, it does not matter. It's just a way for me to work through my singles collection. The palettes, on the other hand, the other three shades, they will still be in here, but we are making our way. We are slowly but surely getting there to hit pan on at least one of the shades. So we will chat about that in just a second. So like I said, again, everything's down below. Go check it out. Now, the four shades that I've been working on have been rolled in since the very beginning, minus the single. So I guess the three shades from the palette have been rolled in from the very beginning. I do have a very narrowed down selection of palettes that I am allowing myself to work on for reasons I explained in my intro video. So like I said, go check that out if you're curious about my little tweaks for this year. And the three shades that I'm working on come from these two palettes. So we have the Solmane 2 palette from Odens and the Mikayla and Glamlite palette. So we're going to chat about the Solmane 2 palette from Odens first. I said I have two shades in here, and the shades that I'm currently working on are Neptune and Warm Light. So this one is Neptune, which you can see a little bit of usage in the pan, just not a whole lot. And then Warm Light, you can see there's a slight dip that's starting. I really enjoy pairing these with the next shade I'm going to show you. The look that I had on my eyes yesterday, but the last few videos for you guys. Minus Neptune, I really haven't been pulling it into that look as much, but I've been wearing Warm Light in the inner corner a lot, and that's really how I'm getting the usage on this shadow. Haven't really worn it any other way. I've been debating wearing it all over the lid, but I think it might be a little bit too much for me. I could obviously pair some sort of shimmer or iridescent shade on top of it to kind of tweak it a bit, but I am still a little bit nervous to do that, especially when I work 6 out of 7 days a week. So I'm just kind of like a little hesitant about going out in public, not quite sure with knowing how that shade's gonna look on me all over the lid. It's one thing in just the inner corner to kind of brighten it up, and even at that, it's a little more orange than I would like. So what I've done is used a yellow shade from this Mikayla palette to kind of top on top of it, just to brighten it, just to make it a little bit lighter, a little bit more yellow. And I've enjoyed that as well. I haven't done that recently, but that is something that I have done in the past as well. So this palette is still staying in. I am happy that I'm going to have, hopefully soon, 2 pans in this. Like I said, it's hard for me to reach for this, and when I do wear it, it's usually on the lower lash line. So, and I don't ever usually wear shadow on my lower lash line, so I feel like it might take a bit to actually get there, considering how long it's taking to hit pan on this. I dipped the brush into it. It's one of those ABH double-sided brushes that come in all of their palettes that everybody hates. I actually don't mind those sometimes, so I'm using like the flat end of one of them, and I'm just like dipping my brush into there and packing it onto the lid. So it's slowly but surely making its way. I have no idea how long it's going to take to hit pan, but that is my goal for this project, is to actually try and hit pan and everything. So some of these shades at this rate might be in here for a while, but I'm trying my best. So we're gonna see how it goes. If I get way too tired of them in like another month or two, then maybe I'll roll them out, because at that point they'll be in here for like half the year, and I don't really want that. I do still want to rotate my shadows through. So we're gonna see how this one goes, but that is what those shades are looking like from this palette. And then we have our Glamlite and Mikayla palette, and I have the shade Frisky in here, which is this deep purple down here, which you can see there's a lot more of a dip. Now, it's not quite as deep as I thought it was going to be at this point, but this is basically what I use in the outer corner into my crease, and then I blend the pink shade that I have as my single. I am now blending the pink shade in my my rose quartz palette from my Panning Solitaire. I blend that into the crease as well. I use the yellow from the Solmane 2 palette in my inner corner. This is the yellow that I would sometimes tap on top of that, and then I just use the shimmers. I explained this in my Birthstone Beauty palette, or my Birthstone Beauty project. So you guys, if you saw that, you would have known. But basically, this purple gets a lot more use than anything. There was a couple of times where I used this all over the lid. I didn't mind it the first time I did it, but the second and maybe third, it was just a little too overpowering for me. So I do just love doing the look that I did over the last couple of videos, or my yesterday, like I said. So that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to continue to do. And I know I'm going to hit pan on Frisky pretty soon. I'm hoping by the next update, because I would like to get something rolled out and another palette rolled in. But this is where we're sitting at right now. So with that being said, the single that I've been working on is Utopia from Terra Moons. Now, you're going to see everything that was in my Birthstone Beauty. So this is that pink shade. Clearly there's no pan, but there's definitely been some usage, and I don't think there really was any when I had rolled the shade in. So I'm happy that I've been getting some use on it. Like I said, this is what I was putting into the crease to blend in with the purple. But I have now switched this out, and I'm focusing on Happiness from Rose Quartz, because that's my panning solitaire palette. So I knew that this one was going to be switched out, and I wanted to keep that look going because I really do enjoy it. So I'm luckily able to pair that pink with it. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit cooler, but I do still really enjoy how it's looking. And then these two go all over the lid, and I top this on top of it, and it's just such a beautiful look. So I know I'm going to get around to completely panning, hopefully hitting pan and Frisky pretty soon. So because Utopia has been in here for the month, I am going to be rolling it out. I have switched all of my single shadows to my extra large Gimme Glow palette, or the extra large Gimme Glow palette. So everything that I want to work on is in here currently. Not all of my eyeshadow singles necessarily, but I have done a couple of changes. Now these square ones right here that I just completely dipped my finger into are Lethal Cosmetics. Those are from the Velvet Dusk palette, and I was just swatching them out, and I really liked that color story specifically. If I remember, I will put up a photo of what it looked like swatched out. So I just threw them in here. This is everything. This was from, these are my Juvia's Place and some Gimme Glow shadows. This is a mix of ColourPop and Marc Jacobs. I think what I'm going to do is only count up to here. I think I'm going to just leave these out. Because that's, yeah, this is some ColourPop and thing. I don't think I really want to work on those either right now. So I think what I might do is completely, okay, I'm going to use these first 3 rows. I'm going to skip the lethal ones. I'm going to add in these 2 and these 3. And then I think, don't want to do that bottom row. No, you know what? I'm just going to include it all. I'm going to include it all. We're good. This is from Juvia's Place, so they're just not magnetic, and it's still got some of the cardboard on the back of it, so. Okay, I'm going to count these out, every single one of them. We are going to see what I end up rolling in and see how I feel about it. So let me count this, and then I will be right back. Okay, so in the end, this is what I decided to do. Oh my goodness, this is so big. Okay, I'm gonna hit my wall. I'm not counting these little ColourPop ones, and I'm not counting the Lethal Cosmetics. So everything else is included. There are 59 shades, so I'm gonna put this down. We're gonna randomize the shade that I'm going to be working on. I will then go count and come back with the shade that I will be working on for this next month. So let's do that. Okay, so 1 through 59. I have 19, so I know that's in the first 3 rows. It's in the last of the 3 rows because there's 12. No, it's in the second. 12, and there's 24. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, 19. Right? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep. 19 is Charmed by Looxie, I believe, which is the shade right here, which is very pretty. I'm excited about this. I just realized I have not swatched my color story out at all. So that's the shade that I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to swatch out my color story, show you guys what I'm currently working on, and go from there. So we've got, let's swatch the purple first. I always seem to forget to swatch or do something, and this video usually ends up being slightly chaotic. Those two together I think are going to be very pretty. Nope, not that. And then I have this, and I have this. All right, this is my color story for this upcoming month. So we have Warm Light, Neptune, Frisky, and then the last one is Charmed. So like I said, Charmed is going to be rolled out next month no matter what, and hopefully Frisky's going with it, and hopefully we can get a good dip going on in Warm Light and a little bit more usage in Neptune. I'm kind of thinking Neptune's going to be a shade that I might not end up hitting pan on, but you know what? It is what it is in the end, as long as I have some usage, because this palette has been was not used at all before I rolled it in, and the fact that I rolled 2 shades into this, I'm happy that it's getting some use no matter what. So that is what we're going to be working on. So hopefully I can continue to do this eye look. I think I'm going to put Charmed, probably use that as like the inner corner. It'll mix nicely with the blues. I think it is a little more sheer and iridescent, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way to make it work but not compete and not hide it, if you know what I mean. But I think if I top it on top of Frisky, or if I top it on top of like the look that I'm doing today, which is essentially my Pan That palette in order, a shade that you guys will be seeing in a couple of days, and one other shade that I'm working on for panning solitaire. It kind of gives me this like light lilac-y look over a bronze look, and I'm thinking this is kind of going to be essentially the same as that purple shimmer that's on my lid right now. So we're gonna have to see how it goes, but that's more than okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.